All right, so welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking to some guys about some landscape curbing and kind of looking at what they do. They do an extruded curb edging, and it's a really neat process, and just going to kind of show you what that is and something that you may want to do on your own home. They are using a fairly low slump mixture. It's fairly solid so that it sits up when it comes out of the curb machine. We'll see that in just a second. They have some trade secrets that they don't want to talk about, but this is a non-aggregate concrete mix that they use to be able to go through the machine, and we'll see what they're doing when they get going on it here. It's pretty well pushing itself against what it's already done, right?
Yeah, and you want to hold the right amount of pressure against it because your compaction means a whole lot. If it starts gapping or anything, that's just problems that you're going to have over time. So the amount of pressure that I hold against it depends on the consistency of the mix. Makes a big difference in the long run.
So the machine part is really the easy part. This winds up being quite a bit of handwork, doesn't it?
That machine.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not used to running the machine, if you get it out of whack, the straighter and the smoother you can run the machine, the better your curbing will look in the long run too.
So you guys are applying some release agent, right? Because you're going to use a texture stamp on it?
Yes, sir. It gives it a little bit more color, keeps our mats from sticking.
Is this generally about how many feet you guys run out before you stop and
at a time,
move on?
Which is roughly, 25-ish feet is about how much we run out of time. If we run out any more than that with just two people, the mix will start drying too fast. And
so you guys are actually using a two-color release?
yes,
Yeah,
sir.
so it'll make several colors, but so we put an integral color that goes all the way through, and that'll be your lightest color when it cures. And then these colors, by the time that we stamp them in and activate the colors, it'll look really, really natural.
As far as your prep that you do, you guys really just weeded the grass off?
It depends on how thick the grass is. We got sod cutters and bed edgers too. But when we don't have a lot of footage, we weed eat it and then shovel up the root layer of the weeds. Oh, sorry. And smooth the ground. And then we put a thin layer of sand and tamp the ground. The guy that trained me made all these mats.
Really?
Yeah, this mat I believe came from a rock quarry out in Louisville somewhere, off of a rock in there.
So they actually formed this mat off of a rock.
Yes, sir.
Very interesting. All right, so they're going back now and just basically making this look like individual stones. And what were you saying, Matt?
They work as these works as expansion joints as well, just like in normal concrete. So if it ever does decide that it wants to crack, then hopefully it cracks in them joints, and it just makes it look a little bit better too. But this is just normal. Everybody joints a little bit differently, but a little bit deeper joints with this texture right here. If you do a little bit of variation in the size and angle of the joints as well, it looks a little bit better, a little more natural.
The cable has got to make a really big difference. You know, the guys were installing, what is it, a stainless steel cable basically?
Yeah, it's an 1/8 inch 7-strand stainless steel cable. And in the wintertime, the problem is the freeze thaw. System is designed for when it gets cold, it rises with the ground and goes back down. Well, if you don't run that cable in, it causes separation. And you know, we've replaced a lot of from other people's work that where it's came apart. Like you'll see tree roots come under it, and this just holds it tight together. If it ever does get a crack, it holds it tight together. And I mean, if you ask me, it turns a 10-year curb into a 20-year curb. I think it's a must, especially with our seasons.
Yeah, it's got to be a pretty big deal to have that in there.
Feel that it gets a lot darker today. It'll look all the same color, and as it cures, you'll see all the different colors come out.
You do this right here, Jason, or you want to finish this up down here?
All right, so we never really introduced him, but this is Jason Reynolds, and it's
cutting edge custom landscape curbing. We serve Bowling Green and surrounding areas, highest quality order that you can put down to protect your rocks, the mulch from going out into your yard. And Matt Alford, he does all the estimates. If you're interested, just reach out to us, and we'd love to help you out.
All right, so you said that the rest of this process is you guys are going to blow this off to blow off the excess release agent, and then you're going to seal it today.
Yes, we'll seal today. We'll put multiple coats on, and my deal with sealing the same days is it protects all the colors that gets washed off over time. When I go back and look at our curbing that's 6, 7, 8 years old, it still has a lot of color compared to the curbing that you wait a few days to seal. And to me, it's a no-brainer. I mean, I'm all about quality. I want to give something that lasts, and so that's what it takes. I spend the extra money and put more sealer on it that way, but it looks better in the long run.
Well, it looks good. We've used this product on a couple other jobs, and it really looks nice, and so very impressive. We'll get some shots of the sealing and how that goes, and kind of show that, and we'll see how it wraps up. All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that now. Remember, Jason Reynolds, Matt Alford, Cutting Edge Custom Landscaping. And we'll put their information in the description, but it's a really, really neat way to dress up your house, dress up your landscaping, things you've already got, and look forward to seeing you next time.